last time we saw Foster and Rem, the caravan had stopped in this little trade town. You ran into a wizard who apparently you've met multiple times, Rem, and just could not remember them. You kept forgetting who they were.
I have no idea who you mean. I've never seen that wizard in my life.
Yeah, just couldn't remember him. So he took you over to his friend's house, Mama Yaga. You had a very interesting time as her house that was on chicken legs just started off in a direction after it let luggage in, which was the sentient luggage that acted like a dog that came with the wizard. You learned a lot, had a weird time. Foster had a very important dream that she then proceeded to immediately forget the entirety of the dream.
Oops.
Because that's what happens when you roll for a catastrophe to put things together, is you don't remember any of it. Foster has memory problems. It's just a thing, y'all.
Yeah, to be fair, had trauma, lost wife, it's fine.
Yeah, fair. You're having a time, but you do have a friend, and you got to stay somewhere safe for the night. The next day, it got to a point where Mama Yaga dropped you off. And before we get to your reaction to where you are, we're going to pan over to another character who has been walking on the road beside the Blightwood for a couple of days now. Glyza, if you would like to introduce your character and tell us a little bit about what they look like.
I could definitely do that. My name is... I'm gonna sneeze. That's a really weird name. It was given to me by my family, but I've changed it. I'm kidding. Hi! My name is Angelo Desaud. I am 33 years old. I stand 5'4" tall because that is what I am, 5'4" tall. I am a sneaky boy. When people see me, they first notice my generous curves, my romantic eyes, and an air of mystery. There are runes in my hair. I always wear my antique eyeglasses, and I move with an effortless glide, like I'm floating on air. I am from a lonely island, not the lonely island, but a lonely island, where my people are known for enduring a great tragedy. I believe in pleasure, but my reckless side can always get in the way, and I dream of being tremendously wealthy. That is an introduction of who Angelo is, and Angelo has been walking around for a very long time, but you can't tell just by first looking at him. He looks like, it's not clear who he's putting a show for, but it looks like he's putting on a show for someone.
Yeah, because it's been a few days since you were more or less kicked out of your home of Damswell for disagreements with some influential figures, so you've been on the road for a bit.
It's merely miscommunication.
Miscommunication, disagreements in what you think certain organizations should be doing, and
where their money should be, whether in their pockets or my pockets, just the normal miscommunication things.
Yeah, got to the point where you realized it's probably better for me if I disappear for a little bit, so you've been on the road for a while. Haven't seen anyone in several days, and as you can see the road going straight ahead of you with the Blightwood to your right, there's no one. You stub your toe on something, you look down to see what it was, and it was just like a rock that was sticking out of the ground. And then when you look up, you see two very confused daemonborn that were definitely not there before, if Rem and Foster would like to describe themselves.
Before they do, I will say that I will look at them I will look at both of them and I will say, oh, well, my mama did tell me that I should always look my best because you never know who's gonna show up. Hello to both of you. Have you been here this entire time and I just didn't see you, or am I hallucinating?
Which, Foster and Rem, you were just dropped off in front of this cursed, twisted, blighted forest with no explanation after having just a weird day.
Do you want to start off, Foster, or?
Yeah. Foster stands at about, I think we said 5'11", little tippy-tappy feet with the hooves, a dark kind of green umbra color to their skin other than their hands that are completely black at the fingertips. Kind of looks very scholarly-like and has big bat-like wings and just kind of looks confused. Right, hello. No, we just got here. I think, weren't we just in a house?
Rem turns around, looks very confused for a quick moment. Rem stands at I actually found it here. Rem stands at a 5'7", not counting his horns, which are about 9 inches higher than he is. He adjusts his jacket, looks at his vials. Well, we were... What? And then he falls to his knees. Oh my god, I forgot my card at the town!
Oh, that's quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
Must have been a very important card.
My card? Where I've been living for these last months, all my...
Then the reaction makes a lot more sense than just if it was a card that you lost.
Yes, cards, I've lost many cards over the years, but my card! No, my entire life's work was in that! Anyways, he gets back off his knees, dusts himself off. No, we've just appeared here. Have you been here forever? Have you been here for long? I've never, no.
It's been days that I've been walking this road. It's an interesting road, but I am glad for new people to show up. You know, more company, more people to listen to me talk.
Rem looks behind you at the road. Seems like a pretty boring road, to be honest, but if you believe that's interesting, perfect, fine. I did forget to mention, Rem has has red skin and a jade green jacket.
You make your own fun.
Fair enough.
I will also add, there is a sign nearby. The part that's pointing towards the woods just says Blightwood. And then there's another sign pointing back from where Angelo came that just says town.
Just says town?
No town name, just
Sweet.
town. Yeah.
How terribly useless. Blightwood or town?
Well, I wouldn't recommend going there. I just left there. It's completely... If you ever wanted to find a town with name just town, that town is the perfect place for it. So, yeah, if that makes any sense.
Town is a generous word for what you traveled through. Ribbon Foster, you have no idea why Baba Yaga dropped you off here.
Mama Yaga.
Yeah, why Mama Yaga dropped you off here. No clue at all whatsoever.
Did I even see a Mama Yaga?
You saw nothing. You just saw them appear. You have seen no sign of the giant chicken house. There's no sign of it anywhere.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to continue walking. Feel free to join me. Or, well, I don't know what you want to do.
I mean, it can't be... traveling in a group is better than traveling by ourselves.
Fair enough.
Quite boring traveling by myself, even though I do make my own fun, like I mentioned earlier.
I normally just talk to myself quite a lot, to the chagrin of many others, but it's very, I speak to myself, it's fun.
Ah, you must be a great conversationalist.
No, not particularly, but...
I mean, if you could stand talking to you, I'm sure you're a wonderful conversationalist.
Foster, how am I a conversationalist? We've been traveling together for a few days now.
2-3 days.
Not a bad conversationalist, I would say. It's rather delightful.
I'll take it.
Believe in yourself.
Believe it! And whom do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Oh, I forgot completely to introduce myself. I am Angelo, and I am a traveler.
Rem turns to Foster to let... I'm sorry, what are Foster's pronouns again?
She, they.
She, they, okay. To let them introduce themselves.
Right, I'm Foster. It's lovely to meet you. And then she'll gesture for Rem to introduce themselves.
Rem turns around. And I am Remede Fremont, traveling alchemist.
Wonderful name.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wonderful name, both. And you said your name was Foster?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you see Angelo just sort of like thinking to himself, but then doesn't say anything.
Rem looks between both of them with a quizzical look, raised eyebrow.
Shall we go towards the woods? Because I'm telling you, that town isn't anything to write home about.
Did you do something wrong in that town and that's why you don't want to go back?
It's a boring town.
Fair enough.
And the only thing wrong with it is that it is boring. That is its only sin. And it is a great sin for someone such as myself.
I will also note, No Name Town is not Damswell. You just passed through it after you left Damswell. But that opinion can still be valid. There's not much there.
That's because it's just called town. I've just assumed that it's a boring ass town, and that is sinful to Angelo. If you bore Angelo is unforgiving.
The town is just called town. It's like 6 houses, 4 people.
They're like, this is a town. What should we call it? Town.
Town.
Looking at the woods, you would imagine not many people want to live anywhere near these woods.
And yet they choose to. Do you see how foolish these people are?
Maybe their lives are so boring that whatever the Blightwood brings to them is more interesting than their boring town. They really called their town town?
Yes, they chose that name. Town.
Wow.
That is the only thing interesting about that town.
We're gonna spend an hour talking about how boring this town is, aren't we?
Yes. And I explain each and every reason why it's boring.
And I will also, just to nudge to Foster, you know that you need to get to Haven's Reach, but you also know you have no idea where the hell you are right now, much less how to get there, but you just know you need to get there, you need to get there soon.
Yes, well, I don't suppose the town had a map of where we are? We're trying to get to Haven's Reach.
Do I know where Haven's Reach is?
Roll me a 20, we'll find out.
Alright, sweet.
Specifically, you need a 20. That's what she said.
I rolled a 7.
Ooh, tough choice. You've heard of it, but you would have to ask someone how to get there. Like, you know who to ask, but you're not sure they want to talk to you right now.
I see.
Or you've never heard of it.
I'm gonna go with the first one because I am an agent of chaos and I would like to talk to anybody who doesn't want to talk to me.
Cool. You remember hearing one of your associates back in Damswell talking about it.
At least it's not back at town.
Alright.
No, you have to go through town to get there.
No.
And that's actually the worst part of it. That he has to go back to town.
You either have to go back in town, or you know there is a part of the wood that will cut through the Blightwood that's a shortcut, but that's really dangerous. But if you take the really dangerous route, you don't have to go back through town. And Angelo, you're the only one that knows either of these routes.
I am going to toss a coin on whether I would even give this choice to my newly met acquaintances.
Is there a witcher to toss the coin at?
I am not going to tell my friends these, my new friends. And I'm going to say, I know exactly how to get to this person that knows where you're going, it would have to go through Blightwood. It's a bit dangerous, but at least I can get you to the person who knows how to get.
But we have to go through the
Blighted Wood, correct.
The Blighted Wood.
Which honestly is the best choice.
Are we sure? I feel like going through the Blightwood, a bit on the nose, is not the most safe option.
I mean, all I know is that this is the best way, the quickest way to get to where Foster, and at this he gestures to her, to where you want to go, correct? And you do want to get there quickly.
Well, yes, time is of the essence.
Foster, do you want to roll a 20 to see what you know about the Blightwood?
Sure.
Since you're a bookworm.
I will happily roll my 20. Let me go here and go. 13?
It didn't really click in your brain. You were too busy processing kind of how did we end up here? Now there's a new person, but you remember reading something about the Blightwood, and it was this forest wasn't always blighted. It wasn't always cursed, but during a period of time where there were some cult activity where the leaders thought that they could make themselves gods to step in for the gods that aren't there anymore. This was when the minor gods were just starting to wake up. And you remember the story of one tried and got close, but something went wrong, and they think that's why the forest is cursed, but they don't know exactly what happened and to make it go wrong. It's believed that that person is still within the woods.
Okay. She'll kind of look at the others and go, well, so the funny thing about the Blightwood is power word, lore dump, and just share all that.
Funny thing about the Blightwood, I doubt there's much to be fun in there. Cultists, people who wanted to become gods. Yes. Fun.
I mean, at least it's not boring compared to town.
Both of y'all don't need to roll. You get the feeling that Angelo might do something drastic if you make him go through town again.
Yes, because Angelo is not hiding that.
Yeah, no, I'm like, there's no need to roll. Angelo is not being subtle in the slightest about this.
He's like, bring me to town and I will fuck you up.
Bring me to town and I'll fuck myself up. That's how badly I don't want to go back to town. It's so boring.
It would be much more entertaining if you lit it all on fire.
Yes.
Rem opens his...
If you want the people there safe, you don't bring Angelo there.
Light things on fire. Opens up his vest. Many bombs. Many flaming vials.
No. We're not lighting anything on fire. If this is the shortest way, then we should probably take it so we can get a map to find Haven's Reach and go from there.
Alright, well, yes. If we have to go through the Blightwood, that means that Haven's Reach is on the other side. Therefore, going back to town serves actual no purpose, except making our new acquaintance here quite angry and agitated.
Well, I wouldn't say angry. More of like, I will set that place on fire.
Normally setting things on fire is a response to anger.
Not in my case.
Neither of mine. Perfect, I think we'll get along splendidly.
I somehow feel as if I have the only brain cell.
I have multiple brain cells. They're just all concentrated on making...
I have multiple brain cells as well. I just don't use them in a boring manner.
I use them all for alchemy.
They're just all allergic to each other.
Oh god. I use them all for alchemy, which coincidentally makes explosions.
And really good coffee.
And very good coffee, yes.
I'll be nice and say you may not have like your whole coffee making setup, but you do have some stuff still on you.
I have a French press.
A little portable French press.
Yes!
Yeah.
He grinds his coffee by hand in a mortar and pestle. You don't understand how he gets the grind so fine, but he does.
It's called anxiety.
It's called anxiety. How do you get the coffee so fine? Anxiety.
You've met me, right?
All right, well then, to the Blightwoods.
Three of you set off into the Blightwood with Angelo leading the way.
Gladly.
Roll me a 20, Angelo, as you attempt to guide your group through the Blightwood.
For sure. Let's roll a d20 and see what's happening here. I rolled a 1.
Oh, fuck. You can edit that out, leave it in as is.
Angelo is happy.
Oh,
This is exactly what Angelo wanted.
I was expecting, like, tough choice or failure, but catastrophe. So,
You all die.
you may have vastly underestimated how messed up and cursed this place is. Because, like, from the outside, you're not sure how this forest is still standing. The corruption is so ever-present in everything. You don't even really want to, like, step in, but you do see there is a road you can follow. It's kind of like a thin gravel road, almost. I'm kind of picturing, like, the 1.1 mile long gravel driveway to get to my Aunt Becky's house that's just, like, this one-lane road that just goes on forever and there's no end. It looks like that, and as the three of you enter, it's a shadow like a cloud passing over the sunlight, and the sun is barely filtering through the leaves, so it essentially makes everything go dark. And once the cloud is past and the sun is streaming through the trees again, you are all three of you alone, and you have no idea where you are, aside from somewhere very lost deep within the Blightwood.
So wait, are we all each alone? Like there's nobody?
Yes.
Sweet!
We're not together?
No. You look around, you can't see anybody, you have no idea where you are. You are not where you were standing when the cloud went over the sun.
I'm going to go, damn, the cursed cloud. Foster! Remy, is it correct? Did I say that right?
Rem.
Rem?
You can call him Remede if you want.
Well, that's what Angelo's gonna call him now. Foster, Remy, are you still alive?
You get nothing in response. You can't see each other. You can't hear anything. You're just all suddenly alone.
Rem looks up from a very interesting root sample. Wow, this is quite interesting. I didn't believe that something so infected could still technically produce chlorophyll. Hey, Foster! Oh, great, I've lost him already. Well, shit. Foster? Angelo? 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 Was that their name, Angelo? Angelo?
There's no response.
C'est bon, comment j'ai réussi à me perdre aussi rapidement que ça?
Bless you. Foster, what's your reaction?
That was his French.
So Foster is kind of walking and talking and then realizes they're separate. Angelo? Rem? Hello? Oh, fuck me. And just starts whoosh, whoosh, beating their wings to try and see if they can't clear the cloud.
They can fly. True.
Yeah. I guess roll me a 20
Okay.
as you attempt to break the tree line.
9.
I'm also gonna climb a tree.
Ooh, tough choice. Either you're able to clear the tree line and at least get a feeling for, like, the size of the forest, or you aren't able to clear it, but you spot something that could be useful.
I would say she'll take the something useful. So she can't get very high up, like her wings start to hurt because that arrow wound is still healing. But whatever she spots, they're going to make their way towards it.
I'm gonna climb a tree. Just in case you want to
Okay.
use that for inspiration.
Give me a 20 to see how well you climb the tree.
Sweet. I've been rolling great, you guys.
Angelo is gonna die.
Natural 20.
Shit.
That's how you do it. You expect bad and something good comes out. You expect good, something bad comes out.
Climb the tree and make eye contact with Foster a distance away. I will say though, Foster, before you caught Angelo's eye, you were looking around as you're like, okay, I'm not going to be able to make it up all the way up, but maybe I'll be able to see something. You spot in the distance, not super far, but in a different direction from where you're going to see Angelo, something that looks like a compass in the tree.
Okay. She'll point at the compass. I'm gonna go grab that and whoosh!
Yes, so you're going after the compass. And Rem, what are you doing?
Rem, realizing they're alone, has a moment of self-crisis. Oh god, this is just like the time I went off from home. I got lost. Took me days to get out of the... Oh, yes, I remember how they found me. I made a smoke signal. Yes.
Sorry, setting stuff on fire is a favorite.
It's actually not going to be fire. Using the, essentially, being able to create any simple alchemical item, Rem is going to take out a vial and mix a couple of random compounds, which I do not know. Shake it up real good. And do you want me to roll for this to see how well it works? I don't remember. We didn't really make any rules for just making random alchemy stuff.
Yeah, give me a roll to see how effective it is.
12.
12. Success.
Perfect.
It works exactly like it's supposed to.
Alright, so Rem takes a bit of very fine powder, puts it in, opens a vial with his takes out a cork with his teeth. Really, I shouldn't be doing this. That's actually very, very not safe. Mixes the solvent with the very fine dust, shakes it up, and it creates a very thick stream of smoke that he tries to fan up towards the sky. Go on, Foster, you have giant bat wings. You should be flying. Let me just hope that you are going to see this.
I'll say Foster does it, but Angelo, you do spot there is a smoke signal kind of coming from off to the left, which is the different direction than where Foster was, but not like the exact opposite direction, which is where Foster is currently going in search of this compass.
He's making SOS in Morse code. Stop, go.
I am going to write a note, and I'm going to wrap it in an arrow, and I'm gonna shoot that arrow in that area, hoping that it doesn't hit Rem. But basically, I'm just gonna draw a map of sorts of like from where he is to where I am.
It's just a straight line.
Give me a 20.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if I actually shot him in the foot.
Please don't.
It is a 15 though, which is nice.
All right.
You are safe.
So Rem, as you are frantically trying to like fan the smoke signal, there's a thunk as an arrow just over your head slams into the tree in front of you.
Right between my horns. Stunk.
Yeah.
Pulls it out.
And it's...
Can I read the note that I wrote?
Yes, what does the note say?
God's yes.
On the note, it says, "Dearest, it was such a pleasure to meet you that first time. Unfortunately, we seem to have caught ourselves into the cursed cloud situation, which caused us all to disappear into different areas of the woods. I have drawn this map on the backside of this letter so that you can find where I am, because it seems that you have set stuff on fire. Hugs and kisses, Angelo." And then on the back is the drawing.
Angelo's penmanship is amazing. They even took time to make that very decorative How long have we been here? Or are they just really that calligraphically inclined? Oh, okay, a map. So just go down this tree, turn left on the boulder that looks like a giant bread loaf. I can work with this. Yes.
Give me a 20, and then we're gonna go back to Foster as you grab this compass.
16!
Perfect. It takes you a few minutes, but you are able to get back to where Angelo is. Angelo, I'm assuming you have climbed down from the tree at this point?
Yes.
Menacing tree. Rock deck looks like a bread loaf.
Hello!
Should be Angelo! Hello!
Hello, hello! Well, I am glad you have found me.
I'm glad you didn't shoot me in the face.
Oh, well. It was one way or the other. I'm glad it was the other.
Likewise, because we would not be speaking had you shot me in the face. Here's your arrow.
Thank you very much. I have seen Foster fly off in its direction, but the good news is Foster knows where we are, so we can just wait until Foster can come back. She'll be able to find us, because she apparently has wings.
She does. They can fly. I've never seen them use their wings yet.
Whoosh, whoosh.
They've been injured. As Foster is returning with the compass that you found, it's definitely magical.
Tippy tap over. I found a magic compass. This should help guide us, I think. And kind of holds it on the string and shakes it a little.
It is pointing towards something.
I'm going to look at it and I'm going to go, what are you pointing at, compass? To see if it'll talk back. I don't know. Could be that kind of magic compass.
There's no response from the compass.
Useless compass.
It just continues to point in a direction.
Tick, tick, tick.
Which way is it pointing?
It's just pointing straight off into the woods. You aren't entirely sure where it's pointing, what it is leading you to, but whatever you do to it, it continues to point in the same direction.
Well, perfect. A broken compass.
I mean, it's better than staying here.
Quite right.
Like it's orientated in the same direction. Like you turn around the compass, it's not a magnetic north that it's pointing to, but it is pointing to something.
Would I know where it's pointing at, since I am aware of how to travel in the Blightwood?
Give me a 20 to see if you can figure it out, because I will also point out you don't know where you are in the Blightwood.
Sweet. I rolled an 18, though.
Ooh.
Angelo, you've traveled in the Blightwood occasionally, like you've had to in and out for some reason, like sometimes to collect ingredients and things. You haven't been to all of it, but you can kind of tell like when you're getting deeper, when you're on the outer edges. You don't know exactly where you are, but when you look in the direction the compass is pointing, it's pointing you deeper into the woods.
Would deeper into the woods be the direction of going into heaven's whatever? What was it called again?
You are currently trying to get to Damswell so you can find your person there that can help you figure out how to get to Haven's Reach.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Does it lead that way if it's going deep into the woods? Does my shortcut lead deep into the woods?
Well, your original shortcut was a road that you've since completely lost track of, but you do know that going back will probably just take you back to the road that leads you through town, which you do not want to go there. It would make sense that continuing on, crossing through the deep part of the woods, you will eventually get to the other side, which is something other than the road that has town on it. Hopefully, a road that leads to Damswell.
Town or horrible excruciating death?
I'm going to look at my friends here, and I'm going to go, I think that compass is going to take us to Damswell. And that is where we want to go. Away from town.
What did that town do to you?
It was boring. That's all you need to know.
Gods.
There's actually a backstory that I'm building in my head. But eventually
Perfect.
you'll find out.
I want to know this, and it has to be petty as fuck.
It will actually be petty as fuck.
Like, I can't imagine this town actually did anything wrong to Angelo. Just like, he's like, no, it was boring. Just so boring.
Yeah, so continuing on into the Blightwood.
Yeah, we follow the compass.
Technically, it was a useful thing.
It was useful. It is pointing you towards something.
That's quite useful to me.
Seriously, yes, it's actually very useful. It's giving us a direction.
walking through, following the compass. You're not going to have to roll again to see it for navigation, because you have a compass that is unerringly pointing you towards something deeper in the woods, hopefully Damswell.
I'm going deeper in the woods.
Rem, you were continually amazed that this place hasn't just crumbled into dust, or like degree of rotten decay. Before too long, you have to like put cloth over your mouth because the smell is bad. You get very distinct feeling you shouldn't be breathing this in.
Yeah, Rem
It's like this,
soaks his cloth in water, essentially, and mixes in like a floury paste, puts it around his face like, well, this will not protect me from any of these airborne horrible toxins, but at least it smells better.
Angelo is looking like he is breathing super deeply and
Wow.
happily.
yeah, this doesn't bother you.
Not even a drop.
I am still quite interested on how this entire place still survives. The ecosystem is not making any sense. This place should not exist.
Yeah, you haven't heard any signs of animals or birds.
I was wondering that. I was going to ask that as well, if we were hearing any sounds of a forest.
You can hear like wind through the trees, but there are no sounds of animals or creatures. Anyone looking around, keeping an eye out for anything? What's everyone thinking?
I'm looking for ingredients while we're walking around.
Ooh.
Foster's looking up from the compass to make sure we're going in the right direction, and then they kind of look around every few minutes and then just kind of keep checking the compass. Kind of doing that driving thing where, yeah, you're driving, but you're checking your mirrors every, like, few minutes to make sure.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
know that.
So I can say, Angelo, give me a roll to see if you're able to find any ingredients for the kind of stuff you make.
16.
You're not finding any of the more rare or hard to find things, but you are finding some stuff that has multiple different uses in nice quantities, and it's stuff that's easy to pack up, package, carry around. You don't have to worry about transport as much with some of the more dangerous stuff.
These are quite good for my purposes. You do see Angelo taking bites in some of them, like just absolutely enjoying it.
Can I make a roll to see if I can see what Angelo is gathering? I feel I might have a good idea of this.
Go for it.
19.
What is Angelo gathering?
Oh, gathering very poisonous things. Things that could kill anybody. A horse.
Oh my.
Anything. Some of them are slow. You know that if they're eaten, poison would be a slow death. Some of them are quick, some of them are painful, but they're all poisonous things.
There's probably also a fair amount of things that will incapacitate people, make them sick. It's not all stuff that'll kill people, but it's all bad stuff that you shouldn't be eating, and Angelo's absolutely fine eating this stuff. Foster, before we get Rem's reaction, give me a roll as you're looking around.
19.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Well, at least as far as you can tell, that's out of the ordinary, aside from the sense of death and decay and corruption is getting stronger and stronger the farther you go. And you eventually get this sensation that there are things following you from a distance behind you that are watching you. But before we get a reaction to that, Rem, how do you react to what Angelo's up to?
Ren is following more or less Foster's lead. Yes, he's being distracted by everything, but he's also trying to keep his wits about him because of, holy shit, we're in the Blightwood and we are not lost, but yeah. Then he sees Angelo grab something he knows clearly is dangerous and comes to bite it. Actually, he bites it. Turns around. By the hood, what the fuck are you doing? Smacks the, we'll say, mushroom out of Angelo's hand. You do know that isn't. That will literally melt your insides. Do you not know this?
I mean, it has plenty of opportunities to do so, and then picks it up from the ground and just sort of like brushes it off and then puts it in his mouth. Don't worry about me. I have a very strong constitution.
Rem's face is a mixture of worry, surprise, curiosity, and essentially his mouth is just, hanging low. Like, how? What? How?
I told you I have a very strong constitution.
The compounds in that mushroom are... How? And then he turns and keeps following Foster, entirely confused on how Angelo is not dead.
Roll me a 20, real quick, Rem.
Fucking hell, 20.
If there's a goddess of alchemy, it wouldn't be that surprising if there was a goddess of poison.
Oh, fair enough.
And your brain just connects the dots. Angelo's got a strong connection with that goddess, and also that goddess is probably also awake.
Yeah. Well, okay, so as he walks away, confused, the same reaction he had when he realized who Baba Yaga was. A sly smirk. He turns back to Angelo. Huh. Alright then. Strong constitution.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Quite strong.
And I don't know if you know, but I forgot my own name. Rem has, this face when they know something that you know? If that makes any sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like, you know that he knows that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angelo returns that face with a, you don't know everything. You may know some things, but you don't know everything.
And he raises his eyebrow and nods like, all right, keep your secrets. As he pats a very thick leather-bound book hanging from his waist.
Start to walk away, have a little voice inside of your head. Could it be Angelo? No. Could it be though? No. And while Rem is having that internal discussion, this has been Foster. You get the sensation that something is following you. Several somethings.
Several somethings.
Right, not to alarm anyone, but we are being followed.
All right.
About several somethings following us at a distance.
Would I know what those some things are based on my time here? Or is it a completely new thing?
Roll 20.
14.
So you didn't know the full story of the cult leader trying to become a god?
Mm-hmm.
You might have heard like a version of it where it's just like, someone tried to do a dark ritual and it cursed this land. Part of that rumor is that the person was destroyed, but some of their followers still wander the woods trying to find a new leader to complete what the first one tried. You always possibly passed it off as a folk tale, but an interesting one. But there had to have been a reason that story was made up about this place.
Angelo is excited. He might become a new cult leader. But Angelo does not share this feelings with the others. And just sort of like, huh. But yes, that is the feelings that Angelo has.
Alright, so...
Several somethings, huh?
Several somethings. This is quite problematic.
What are you all going to do?
I'm looking at my skills.
I imagine you keep walking, trying to pretend like nothing's wrong.
Foster, and Angelo.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on do you believe this could be peacefully resolved, or do you believe this is going to be a fighting situation?
Here's a thing that you should know about me, Remy. When things usually make me happy, when things usually make me smile. Most people don't find that amusing. So I'm excited to meet these people, which means I don't think I've learned to live a life of the opposites in this world, and I don't think the people that are coming toward us have anything good.
So they're not interested in the fact that I can make explosions, but we are most likely interested in the fact that I can probably make them explode, right?
Yes, if that it does make sense. I am very interested in the fact that you can make explosions, though.
Hey, guide.
Yeah.
Can I use Death Sense to see if these are like undead creatures following us?
Read the description for Death Sense.
You naturally sense whether any remnants of the dead spirit creatures are nearby, but not their positions. The guide will notify you when this sense is triggered. It doesn't cost any action points.
In that case, considering we are most likely in for a fight, what do you use?
Foster, you're the one that had the awareness of the fact that, like, there was something following you, like several somethings at a distance. You get the sensation that, like, as you're continuing to walk in the forest, trying not to, like, let on that you know that they are coming closer. And it's almost like they're trying to sort of surround in a semicircle, still maintaining a distance, so you can't see them. They are too far to be able to do anything to you or you to do anything to them. But you do get the sense that this is some kind of undead, but there's something wrong with it. It's less of a, like, died and was brought back and more of, like it got stuck. Something happened that should have killed them, but it's like it got stuck. And I think you might also be getting a faint sensation of that from where you're heading.
Oh, goody. Cool, they're stuck in between. Can Foster infer that these would probably be the cultists then, if they're stuck and not quite dead but not quite alive?
It's not too much of a stretch to think a cult leader did a thing, didn't work. Their followers might have been around and it might have done something weird to them. Roll me a 20.
Okay.
See what else you can piece together from this.
15?
If they are stuck, that would probably mean something was incomplete. But with the way this corruption has been spreading, it also has been contained within this forest. It hasn't spread beyond the boundaries of this forest. It was less of a they messed something up and weren't able to complete it, more of a there was another reason that what they were trying to do was not possible. And also, vibe check, you get the feeling that the reason you feel something in front of you is because the center of the forest is where it happened. You are nearing the epicenter.
Right, so they're kind of, I believe that this is the cult members that are following us. When the thing didn't work, they are now stuck the way they are and following us, and we're being led to the center of the forest where it all happened.
I'm going to use my AP here to create a persona. And the persona is basically a convincing alternate identity. I don't know if it's a persona or a disguise that I would need to do, but basically when the other two turn around, they would see what Angelo would look like if he was a cult member.
Just like generic cult member, or?
Yeah, just like a generic cult-looking member that seems to be what is following them, sort of. Or what he would understand as an idea of what, like, based on the stories that he's heard, maybe, you know, what, yeah.
That would be a disguise.
Perfect. So I will do a disguise, and that is how many AP? Where is my disguise? Aha! It's just a 1, which is better. So I have used up.
Give me a 20 roll and upgrade it just to see how accurate your estimate of what the disguise would be is.
Sweet.
I love it.
Alright, cool. Well, I got a 16. So,
Okay. I don't know if you can upgrade to a triumph, but that is a success. I just mostly put that in there so you wouldn't get a 1 and then have bad things happen.
sweet, that's fine. As long as it is a success. It doesn't have to be a triumph, but it is quite successful.
Yes. You don't know it yet, but you do look like one of this cult's members. You cannot currently see them. You just vibe checked them very well.
I vibe checked and I was like, alright, I got it.
I got the right shade of green for this cloak.
Look at the other two and it's like, don't worry. It is still Angelo. But I am disguised.
Perfect. Well then, what does Foster use to fight with?
I think we said Foster has a staff, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes. That sounds right. You have a staff and no small amount of rage. Pent up frustration.
I will use 1 AP point to use Rune of Elements. Inscribe a weapon or armor with a rune corresponding to an element. The weapon deals 1 additional damage of that element for 1 scene. The armor takes half damage from that element for 1 scene. So, as we're looking at Angelo's new cult disguise, Rem dips his finger in one of his vials, the end of his finger sizzling, and he inscribes a quick rune on the side of Foster's staff, making your weapon glow slightly. And I don't know what what elements are in Quest. I'm assuming they're the basic, like fire, acid, cold, electricity.
Yeah.
Your staff glows a common warming yellow, and it does an extra 1 fire damage.
Which could be useful.
Beautiful.
Perfect. I'm assuming Angelo will try to talk to them, and if that doesn't work, well, we could use scientific violence to end their lives.
Scientific violence.
Sounds like a plan.
So, continuing to walk deeper as you know you're being followed, waiting to see if these cultists will attack.
Mm-hmm.
Foster, what's going through your head with all of this?
I think in Foster's mind, they're like, I need to get through this. I need to push through. I'm going to find a way back to my wife. I'm going to find a way back to her. I can't die here. I refuse to die here.
So as you're thinking that and trying to figure out the best way to get through this, roll 20.
17.
You're trying to think of, like, how do I deal with cursed cult members who are cursed because someone tried to become a god and failed? You almost hear, like, this whisper in your head. They failed because you cannot become something that already is. They were trying to become a god that already existed. So that's why the ritual didn't work. And in your research, I imagine you've done some research into magic. Just because you're a nerd. You grew up in a magic library.
Yee.
So, one of the things that they teach with some of the higher level stuff is when doing a ritual, usually if something goes wrong, you either have to complete it, which is not possible because they were trying to become a god that already exists, or destroy all of the components, break it, disrupt it, get all of that energy out.
Gotcha, so...
If you have too much of the ritual left, it'll keep going.
Yeah, so we have to find what's keeping the loop going and turn it off.
Yeah. Or destroy it. That's going to be the best way to get through the Blightwood, unless you want to fight all of the cursed and blighted cultists who might not be able to die.
Yeah, no. She'll look over. I was thinking, the rituals, it's a high-level ritual. It didn't work because they were trying to become a god that already existed, which really bad luck for them picking that. But the ritual's still going. It's in a feedback loop. It's just going to keep going and going unless we break the thing that's keeping it in the loop. So we have to figure out where that is, and I think that's where the compass is taking us, hopefully.
I have another thing I want to do.
Okay.
Can I disguise my friends that I've just recently met into cultists themselves so we can walk among them without being attacked?
If you want to spend 2 more AP.
Yes I do.
Can't take it with you.
Exactly. Let's do it.
It doesn't recharge, but I can give some back.
It's fine. You know, like how some, like in some comedies, zombie comedies, you pretend to be a zombie and you fool the zombie people. That's basically what I'm trying to do with the cults, with my friends here. Just blend in with the cults and try to find this source that Foster has brought up. You know, just try and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I like the idea.
So you are now in the middle of a deeply, deeply cursed forest, dressed like cultists. The ones that have been following you still have not approached. They are still a distance away, barely on your radar, Foster, to where you can sense that undeath, but they are not approaching. They are just continuing to follow, and you don't really know exactly why.
So essentially, their situation is like an echo. What happened just keeps going and going because it's stuck at that one moment between failure and success.
Interesting. We should end their pitiful lives.
I would like to see what I can learn of it, for science, of course, but yes, ending their lives, their existence, or their unlives would be the proper thing to do. These poor gullible souls who were suckered into trying to become a god that already existed by probably some more charismatic being than themselves.
I will point out, this was at a time when not much was still known about the gods that remained. So, as far as they knew,
Fair enough.
there wasn't a god of what they were trying to become. They had no idea. It wasn't discovered until, it might not even actually been discovered yet that there is an existing god. Foster just put that together.
Whoops.
Whoops. Sorry.
So are we continuing onward, disguised as cultists?
Yep. Pretending we're part of the thing. Hopefully they don't attack us.
One of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, who is leading this charade?
I guess I would be leading it.
Give me a 20 as you approach to see how convincing you are that you are who you appear to be.
18.
Okay, yeah, y'all are rolling really well now.
I know. Basically, I'm gonna come in. How do these cultists look like? What is their vibe?
So you still don't see the ones behind you, but as you are getting close to this epicenter, you do see there's 2 or 3 standing sort of in the direction you're going. And as they have their backs to you, you would just think that they were normal travelers. But they turn to look at you and just...
Cajun Louisiana. That's the vibe.
It's hard to not scream when you first see their face, because they have been caught in a cycle of rotten corruption for hundreds of years now, but they are still in one piece.
Are they talking normal? Or are they zombies moaning?
They aren't saying anything. They just turn to look at you, and I'm kind of picturing the sailors on the Flying Dutchman and the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but more mold and rot vibes than fish vibes.
So deep Florida.
Yes.
So more of my question is, do they look like they're intelligent, or are they should I speak to them, or should I just go, ah? Is my question.
Just groan like it's 4 in the morning.
Grown like you're going into a Waffle House.
Like I have to be here, I don't wanna, but it's the only option.
All of the Waffle House references everywhere. It's everywhere.
Just don't fight anybody.
I will say, Angelo, as they turn to look at you, you do see there is intelligence in their eyes.
Awesome.
There's a second where they seem suspicious that they are being approached, but then when they see the way you are disguised, they relax.
I give them the nod and just sort of walk through, hoping that the nod is enough.
They nod in return and then turn back, and you do hear them conversing. They're conversing in hushed tones. Sounds like speaking might be a little hard for them, a little challenging.
They do sign language.
They haven't had anyone to teach them.
Fair enough.
These are cultists who are trapped in a blighted wood for hundreds of years.
Fair enough.
But they are capable of speech. A little hard to understand, gruff and gravelly, and they're talking softly between each other, but they are capable of speech.
I will not talk to them because it might reveal that they know everybody, and this is a brand new cultist. Like, where did you come from? We can't reproduce.
We haven't had any converts in 600 years. Where did you come from?
We must celebrate, and then we have a feast. This is not going like we thought it was.
No. But they're not paying very much attention to you as you continue, and Foster, you get the sense that you're getting very, very close to where everything went wrong.
Alright, this is about where it went wrong. This is good. This is good. This is great. Just keep your eyes open and don't, maybe... I don't know, just be safe.
Rem is doing his best to not look too long at the rotting undead cultists. Don't look straight ahead. They are quite interesting, but no. Science can wait.
Don't stare.
Science and knowledge can wait.
But I want to ask for a sample.
Wow, your face is rotted to the core. Can I? No. Keep walking. Follow Foster.
The flavor of chaos agents we have going on in here is fantastic.
It's a good thing that Foster is here because I think Rem and Angelo could just create so much chaos.
Absolutely. Just wait until I give Foster something that she wants to create chaos about.
Mm-hmm. It'll probably be her wife.
Chaos.
So you get to the clearing, and you have no doubt that this is where everything went wrong, because you can still see the pieces of the ritual. This stone table that has etchings and carvings, and if there was something else on it, it is long since crumbled into dust. There's what looks like it may once have been like a wooden pillar that had things carved into it as well, runes and other pieces of magical designations, some that are possibly divine, that has somehow become petrified in age, and there's like this clear circle where nothing has grown. It is just cold dirt, and floating above it, suspended by these vines that reach into the woods, into the treetops, is something that may once have been a man, but hasn't been for a really long time. This almost monstrous looking twisted thing that is suspended up in the air with these hollow pits for eyes, looks down on you, and you hear echoing in your head.
What are you doing here?
I'm going to think at him. And I'm going to think, just chillin', sir. But I don't say it, I just think it. Just to see if he can hear my thoughts.
You feel his attention shift to you as you respond, and it's like... It's not quite like a conscience of a god is trying to read you, but the conscience of something else is trying to read you. And Angelo, you're the only one that hears in the head as this entity turns its attention to you.
And what would a child of Belladonna be doing here?
Something in the voice changes, like there's a different part or aspect of what you're talking to that's asking you this question.
I would look straight at it without any fear, and I would still, I wouldn't talk still. I would still be thinking this out loud. And what would you know of Belladonna?
I know her. I knew her before. When I woke up, I was like this. She's just fine, isn't she?
Maybe you and her are built different, and that's why she's fine.
I don't know what went wrong with my waking. Don't know. And
I think that the second I don't know echoes into the other two's mind, as you've not been able to hear this conversation so far.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Well, this is going great.
And you see, like, behind thorns and briars and twisting vines are starting to kind of form almost a wall encapsulating this clearing.
They don't know what went wrong. I'm not liking this.
Yeah, can Foster look around and see if there's any sort of ritual elements that can be destroyed, turned over, something?
Yeah. I'll say Foster and Rem, you can both roll to figure out how to stop what's happening.
Angelo's gonna keep talking to him.
Yeah, Angelo, if you want to roll to see if you can piece together what might have went wrong here.
I rolled a 14.
The voice is saying he doesn't know what went wrong with his waking.
Is he a god, or is he...
You think somehow this cult leader, you don't know if it was a matter of how they were doing the ritual or just the timing or the location, but this half-awake god is stuck in a mortal who has been caught in this never-ending feedback loop, essentially. So this is half god, half the cult leader.
I'm going to think at it, and I'm going to say, if I destroy this mortal body of yours, would you awaken somewhere else?
if I can get unstuck, I can wake up fully and be myself. I have been stuck here for so long. Everything has been wrong since I woke up. I cannot get out.
And the other two, this person is talking specifically to Angelo, but you feel like this flash of energy.
Are we hearing them talk, or is this all mentally?
It's all mentally with Angelo.
Okay, so they're talking in their heads, we don't hear them.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm following.
You see some of the figure reacting and seems angry or frustrated, but I'll have the two of you roll to see what you find to make this not be a thing that's happening.
Before Rem, he looks at the figure. He looks at Angelo, seeing the flash and their body language. He turns to Foster. I'm not sure this is going well.
I don't think it is either. And I rolled a 14 to spot something.
I got a 12.
Rem, I'll say you notice on the table you can see remnants and debris from whatever material components were used here. And as you go over to investigate, you recognize some of them, and as an alchemist, you could potentially create a concoction that would effectively neutralize whatever is left of these ingredients to cancel out if they have any remaining effect, because this is also the fact that there's some of it still here, there might be some liquid and some fine dust and charcoal.
I counterpoint, is that the proper term? Regardless, I have an ability called Snake That Eats Anything. Makes a sticky, corrosive substance that, when spread out in a long, thin line, regardless how thin you want it, how much space this takes, will melt through any non-magical material over the course of the next 1 to 60 seconds, depending on how thick and valuable the material is. Could this destroy this?
Yes. I was also kind of hoping it would turn into, like, a literal snake that would just slither around and eat things. That is also useful.
That would be awesome, actually.
Alchemy!
You just make this alchemical snake.
Yeah, it costs me 2 AP points, though. Before I do this, do you want to do Foster's part?
Yeah. I'll say, Foster, you are drawn towards the petrified wood that has the markings and glyphs and runes on it. As you're looking over them, you can piece together that this person was trying to, like, basically become a god of death, maybe, but some of the words that they used were tied more with, like, decay and corruption, and you do see one marking that it looks like they copied it roughly, and it's in the script of the language that only you and Philomena just could instinctively read. You probably think that they just thought it was like another adjective or descriptor to add, but they included the name of the god. The name of the god is Parain. Do you share this information with anyone, or?
Yeah, she's going to pull her staff back. Twirling is like, next time, don't use the name of Parain. He's an actual god, and whack, try to break the wood.
Give me a 20 as you attempt to break this petrified wood.
Your staff also does fire damage.
19.
As Rem is creating this concoction that is eating through the remaining elements, and dissolving, counteracting, canceling the more like component effects, you slam your staff into this petrified wood, and it's not as effective as if you slammed it into a log, but it does split in half and start to smolder. And you can see this thing in the center is starting to wither and starting to shrink and pull back, and you both hear yelling in your head,
"You dare attack me! How dare you strike out against me!"
Oh, I'll do much more than that. Starts mixing feverishly and pours the snake-like substance over what he finds on the table as it sizzles and slithers and melts whatever is left.
I'm also gonna talk to him and say, maybe this is the way for you to be free.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen, guy.
roll me a 20, Angelo.
It is a 17.
This god has been trapped in a mortal mind for so long that right now it's afraid and confused.
I'm going to use calming voice. I don't have. It's not a thing I can. It's not a skill. It's just Angelo talking calmly
That is more terrifying.
and talking out loud too, saying, "Maybe this is what you need to be free. Just let it happen. Embrace the abyss. Embrace the void."
No,
I don't want to go away. I
I'm
don't.
starting to speak out loud as well. I barely survived. I didn't hold on through that much for that long to disappear now.
You may be able to come back, but you'll never know if you keep staying here. Do you want to continue to be just here?
No, I want out of this, and something in like the timbered tone of the voice changes and you get the impression that you are speaking to someone else. I didn't want any of this. I just thought I could help. This was a mistake. I didn't want any of this. I just want it to be over.
And then I'm going to take my bow and arrow, and I'm going to shoot at his heart. But before I do, I'm going to say, this is for the best. And I'm going to put a little poison in my bow and arrow, like a blessing from Belladonna.
All right.
I smacked a mushroom out of your hand. You have a bunch of poison.
No,
Just rub a mushroom on the arrow.
I know I have poison. I just need to know what that does. Yeah, I just want to see if it has anything to do mechanically, but that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot an arrow filled with poison into his heart.
I think whatever you
Give me the
do,
roll.
it's gonna work.
Wait,
Depends on what the dice say.
that is a 19.
Shit, we've been rolling like monsters
Okay.
tonight.
Yeah, except for that very first roll.
Which
Yeah.
was the best roll.
Just getting stuff out of the way, you know?
So, you let this arrow fly. Is there like a specific blessing or something that you think or that you say?
The blessing is entropy, you know, death, the blessing of ending, to start anew.
The arrow finds its mark in this withering figure as the remains of the ritual are destroyed, just crumbles into dust, and you hear the sound as the cultists who had gathered around you begin to crumble as well. There's almost like a sigh of relief. The sense of rot and decay begins to fade away, and it's almost like the forest is starting to breathe again as well. And what do you all do?
I look down at the sizzling remains of the magical papers, scrolls, etc. that I've been doing my utmost to destroy. And I look around back at Foster and Angelo. I'm like, is that all? Is everyone fine?
Good, yes. She'll kind of holster the staff and kind of clasp her hands together and do a quick little prayer for all the dead.
You get the feeling they're at peace.
Feel like we did what we could, and now we need to do what we need to do. Go to, you know, what's it called again? That damsel? Damsel? Yeah. And you know he knows the name of the town. He's just
Oh yeah.
trying to pretend that he doesn't know the name of the town because he doesn't want to really go back to his hometown
Mhm.
or to that hometown, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Rem leaves the table and Rem's behind and stops for a minute, turns around, and the acidic trail that was essentially eating away the materials at this point has now formed into an almost smoky, translucent, I don't want to say real snake, but semblance of a snake. He looks at it. Well, that's curious. I'm assuming the mixture of alchemical components with the remnants of the magical scrolls, the occultism probably put it. I have no idea what I'm saying. This is an entirely unknown situation, but hello, new friend. He reaches out and the smoky snake goes up his arm, around his neck, and down into one of his vials. As he looks at the vial through the light, he sees a very small creature living inside this new vial. Oh. Well. That's interesting. So, what's our current plan now?
Damswell to get a map. That way we can figure out how to get to Haven's Reach.
Sounds like a plan.
Perfect.
The compass is now pointing in a slightly different direction. But it is still pointing in a direction.
Well,
I hope it's out.
I guess the best thing we can do is follow it, right? It led us here. We had a nice little resolution to the curse here. I'm pretty sure the trees in the woods will be better again. I feel like following this little compass might lead us to a better to another good location.
It will definitely get you out of where you currently are.
They'll nod with what Angelo says. All right then, shall we?
Follow it.
I agree. He's still looking at the vial. I think I'll call her Moira. What do you think?
The gorgeous name.
Perfect. So, out of the Blightwood?
You see the little snake head forms in the glass and it just winks at you.
I love this thing.
And it loves you.
Rem now has a pet.
Yeah!
So you continue to follow the compass out of... It's not really a blighted forest anymore. It'll take some time for it to recover back to something more healthy. But the corruption and decay has stopped. That blight is gone, and you can already see it is beginning to heal from this. And probably takes a couple of hours to get out of the forest. And what do you all talk about as you go?
Angelo is talking about recipes of his favorite food, but it seems like the stuff that he's mentioning would give a normal person, like, food poisoning. At best. At worst, will kill them.
At some moments, Rem is like, no, you shouldn't. I know you're special. I know you have high constitution. But you should not mix your red cap spotted mushrooms with anything. You will kill somebody.
But it brings out such a smoky taste to the lasagnas.
But it will kill people.
I think maybe Rem should be in charge of cooking at night if Rem wants that duty.
I'll have you know I am a renowned chef from where I came from. Renowned.
For killing people.
No! People would come from far away to eat my meals. You people are weird. Not me. You are. And he's just like... sadly.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
Angelo. That's not what we meant. We just don't want... We don't have a refined palate as you do.
Fine. I'll cook...
It would be wasted on us.
I'll cook separate lasagnas, one where it's boring, and the other where it's lively and delicious. And you know that lively and delicious means, deathly and...
Would kill you.
absolute.
Poisonous. Rem looks over at Foster like, don't.
I mean, I could try a little slice.
The eyes that Rem gives you, like his eyes go wide, and like, no, don't.
No.
Don't worry, Remy.
You
I
will
will
die.
make it boring. And no one will... And then he puts in air quotes, die.
Again, right? That's how you wanted to end that sentence? Again?
It's not my fault.
There's been no accidental deaths as a result of Angelo's food.
Oh, no accidental deaths. Oh, there's been no accidents.
It was all planned. It's not Angelo's fault that people were just unknowingly allergic to these ingredients.
Oh, it's absolutely Angelo's fault. The fuck?
No, I'm saying that's the
Oh.
story.
Sure.
So, as you are continuing to talk about food and find meals and things that you probably should not be feeding your new companions, otherwise they might die, and Rem just tried to figure out, okay, but what the actual fuck?
How are you renowned? Renowned for murder, right?
You exit the forest and find yourselves in front of town.
God damn it!
Thank you for listening to The Rise and Fall of Gods, and stay tuned to find out what happens next. If you don't want to wait, you can get early access to this and all of our other shows by supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/pseudonymsocial. The Rise and Fall of Gods is a Quest actual play DM'd and produced by Brianna Jean, featuring Fennec Foxfire as Foster, Alex LaRoque as Ramet Fremont, and Glyza Champion as Angelo Deslalon. Rise and Fall of Gods is part of Pseudonym Social, a creative podcast network changing reality one story at a time. If you enjoy our show, please leave us a review on your preferred podcasting platform and tell your friends about us. To find out more information about this and our other shows, check out our website at pseudonymsocial.com.